Hi, everyone, and welcome to Crystal and Nisha Do Reality Reviews. I'm Crystal.
I'm Nisha. Thank you guys for joining us. So, Crystal, what
Happy it's
what
over.
did you think?
I just have to say, Lifetime got all decisions in one night. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's one big thing I gotta say. Because I don't know if I could have done two episodes of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Um, I'm glad it's over. Well, we got one more episode, but pretty much it's over.
Mm-hmm.
This was interesting. It was interesting and it wasn't. It was so. Who do you want to start with?
I figured we can go in the order that the show went.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I start though?
okay, let's start with Gil and Merla. So
Yeah, we're gonna
have
start
at
with
it.
Gil and Merla. We're gonna start with Gil and Merla. I have to say to you, Misha, I have a millionaire mindset. I don't want to be a thousandaire. I don't want to be a
Mhm.
thousandaire. This is stupid. Again, stupid with a W. That's stupid. Okay, that is stupid. So that's one. Now we do know that the producers, for them to sit there and tell each other what they don't like about each other, that is producer banter. So you got to fill up the time with talk about what you guys think of each other, talk about what you guys think of each other. But
Mhm.
Mirla, she cracked us up because we were all still, we were on her side, and then they were like, so let's talk about the decision day, or just let's talk about the wedding day. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I don't like new people. I didn't like anything. I don't like meeting new people. Why did you sign up for this? Oh, it would have been worth it to get married, but I don't like crowds. I don't like my dress. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I was like Mirla. And so they purposely did a long pause on Gil, a long camera shot on Gil, and showed his look because that's one of his pet peeves about her. So
Mhm.
I think that was on purpose that they did that. But it was very
Mhm.
funny too though. I was like, what are you doing? So uh um the counselors, they were a little funny because they were like, oh, we thought you were joking. And she was like, oh no, I was serious. I didn't like this, I didn't like that. And it just complain. It's almost like, remember why you guys have an issue with me. Remember who I am. And if he stays married to me, he's still always going to have this issue with me. It was like, let's bring it back to who I really am. So
Mhm.
who we met 2 months ago. Um, and then Gil, what's so funny is, I will say this. Gil said, no, she said, well, I want the finer things in life, and he can live in a cardboard box, or he can live in a box. And he's like, no, I can't live in a box. He did. I do remember. I feel like he did say that though. He
He
did
did say that.
say,
He
I
definitely
could
said that.
live in a one room shack or whatever. My issue is they have the same money story growing up. They have the same coming from poverty. But just because she doesn't look at it the same way as you look at it, and she wants to build herself up, and she doesn't want to be a thousandaire, that doesn't mean that she doesn't take pride in where she came from. That doesn't mean that she doesn't want more for her life. So you got to stop like calling her a Debbie Downer, a brat, a little baby, or a princessa. Stop that. Um, what else? Uh, and she does have a point that if you keep growing towards success. Like if she has babies, what is very interesting is while they were after their little champagne toast, she said she wanted to have babies now. Like she said no, she wanted them sooner than later, and he said maybe in a year, 2 or 3. So I thought that was very interesting. I was like, huh, Gil, if you're trying to have like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, just like everybody says that they thought you were serious about, then you need to start now, like she's talking about, right? But
Mm,
this tells me that he doesn't. He was just joking. He was not serious about that 8 kids. He does not want 8 kids, and he knows that she's not going to give him 8 kids. Um, Let me go back to this conversation about money. Oh, Mirla saying to I think it was Dr. V, how she said, well, we knew that, he would be a protector for you, but we thought that you guys would grow past the financial issues. Were we wrong about that? Yes, you were wrong. You were wrong about that. And they were wrong because to me, Gil didn't get what he asked for and she didn't get what she asked for. Neither of them got what they asked for.
right.
But I do think Mirla is the type that she really likes being with that one person and letting that one person in. Um, but she wants to grow with one person. Now we did see last season. I mean, not last season. I'm sorry. We did see the previews for next week, and that's going to be very interesting because he's growing a beard.
I was
Fireman.
like, who is that? I was so confused.
Well, listen though, firemen can't have beards. So did he get fired? Did he quit his job? What's up with that?
Oh,
Firemen
was
can't.
that Felicia? Was that Felicia who said, "Does Gil have a new career now?" Or was that Alicia? I can't remember which one of y'all said that. Somebody made a comment about that beard and him changing careers
He
again.
Firemen can't have beards though because of the oxygen and the mask and everything. They can't have too many things on their face. They have to, if they were to go into a burning, but they can't have beards. That's an actual thing.
So he changed his career again because
We
his career barely started as a fireman
that's
and it
my
was very
thing.
late. And now he's switching.
That's my
That's
thing. I
not
don't
fair.
know. I don't I mean we don't know for sure because we haven't. That's wait till next week. But I know that firemen can't have beards. And he's only been a fireman for 6 months. My question has always been, why is he just starting this job 6 months ago? But to me, and I was saying this on Maria S's channel last night, is she wanted somebody that was already established. Now I get somebody that's changed your careers or you've had to reinvent yourself because, like I said, I've had to do it a couple of times. But you're a personal trainer.
Back to back to back to
Now
back,
you're a
though. That's so
fireman.
bad.
That's not what she wanted. That's not your personal trainer. Now you're a fireman. And why didn't you? If you like to pursue your passion and not money, then why didn't you try to be a fireman 10 years ago? So I just think that is very,
I think he was
that's
trying to hide that skin too. I think he was trying to hide
maybe
all
it's
that.
quick to I don't know. I don't That's a good point. But that's not a bad idea. But so let me go back to the money story and then I'll let you go. To me, if you both grew up in poverty, right? And you keep saying to her, well, you forgot where you came from, and you got to look at uh, the type of work. I'm about passion, and I want to, you just be. Uh, it's not about climbing to success. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. But at the same time, you have to remember where you came from to grow that success. Um, if you're constantly uh, trying to be a thousandaire and not really looking at where you came from, then you're never going to be successful. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to see what you can do in the future and show your kids how you grew and came up. There's more I had to say, but and also uh if he did get a job in entertainment, or if he did get a job, if he took Jamie Otis's job, then he will no longer be a thousandaire. So he needs to do something. He needs to grow that beard or do whatever. So yeah, I had more to say, but I can't remember what it was. So go ahead. Go ahead, Misha. Then I know I'm about to hear it.
Well, what I'll what I'll say what really irritated me was, again, like I always say, a man is supposed to provide and protect, and that I thought he had tackled the protector. I thought he was there. Like, I thought he had reached that level with her. But for her to say we haven't consummated the marriage, and for him to look at her and say no, we have, and then to bring it up in front of the group too. And I understand, like,
She was
it
laughing though. She knew it was a joke. She's like,
but
"We haven't
to
consummated."
me,
That's what it
to
looked like.
me, it reminded me. I know I have some Janice Hilton subscribers in the comments. We all know her book, The Naked Wife. That's what Mirla looked like to me. She looked like the naked wife. Like, he left her exposed. He just left her like out there. That's the way I took it, because I just feel like there was I always felt, first of all, we had this discussion. We been thought something happened, but it always felt like Marla did not want that information out there. So for me, yeah, she might have been joking or whatnot, but it seemed like there had to be some type of agreement, or she mentioned this is not something I want public. Because even before, he was playing it cool before. But for when she actually said it out loud, then he's like, no. And I don't feel like, I honestly don't want to know, to be honest, because I think it's awkward. Because whenever they ask the couples that, I think about, what if somebody asked me that? I would be like, none of your
It's none of
business.
your business.
So that's why, like, I honestly don't want to know. So I just didn't like, that's the thing I did not like. And
So
also,
go ahead. I'm
her
sorry.
comment, she said, she says something about you never hold things against me, and I was like, Merla, Merla, are we watching the same show? He's held plenty of things against you. So I'm like, is she blinded by the D? I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, for her to sit there and say that he never holds things against her, I'm like, maybe she'll watch this season back, and like, then she'll be like, oh, I missed that, that, and that. But I was just like, yeah, but that's all I really have to say for them.
So first of all, blinded by the D is hilarious. Um, so they didn't. So that, to me, that says that they didn't have a conversation. So if they had kind of a conversation the night before or a text, and she could have said, "Hey, uh, the fact that we consummated the marriage, can we keep that to ourselves? Why did
No,
they have
but
that
I think it's
conversation?"
been a discussion, because he's been coy about things. Even when he sat down with a friend, it was written all over his face that they had crossed that line already, but he
Mm.
still played it coy. So I don't know why. I think it's been mentioned previously. Like, I think he's kind of, maybe even he caught on to the hint that she doesn't want that public. So I'm just like, why all of a sudden now do you want to be a motor mouth? But yeah.
But as we know, Gil didn't just start being a motor mouth, first of all, and he been a motor mouth
Yeah.
all this whole season. He just squawking Gil, squawk, 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 squawk. But at the same time, I do have to say, she says that he's so patient with me. He's so patient with me. But I'm like, Mirla, he's not patient with you. He does talk. He just calls you what, princessa? Um, what she's what does he love to say, that
I'm
she's
telling you, blinded by the D. Just blind.
she's a princess and she's bougie and she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. But my thing is, he's bougie too, but maybe just not as much as she is. He might shop once a year. He was wearing them Gucci high tops and he was doing all kinds of stuff too. He's got to stop talking about her like that. That's it.
Right.
That's it. So the fact that he's wearing that mustache, that beard in the reunion, that something happened with the job. I'm telling you. I think that because he can't have what did my cousin say? He calls her a brat. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. He calls her a brat and bougie and a princessa and all of these stuff. It's not cute. First she thought it was, oh, we banter back and forth. It's so cute. It's not cute. It's not. It's you gotta because something everybody has been saying is he'll she complains, but she doesn't complain about him. She complained
Right.
like the wedding thing that she was not happy. She just didn't like nothing. She didn't like anything. So we're about to see this reunion. This reunion is going to be very interesting. Go
I
ahead.
agree with Monique King that he's trying to get on couples cam. I high key think he's coming for Jamie Otis's
That's
spot
what I'm
though.
about to
I
say. I
think
think he wants to skip
he gonna work his way into couples cam, get Jamie's spot, then work his way over to Pastor Cal's spot, and
Yeah, he doesn't
he
care
is
about.
coming for everybody.
He don't care about. Yes, he has a pair of Oh, he has a pair of red bottoms.
He
That's what.
looks like that type though. That type that has one Gucci belt, one Louis Vuitton scarf, one blue Burberry shirt, and they just pull it out when they want to flex on people. That's what
I'm
he looks
laughing
like.
because I know a guy like that, and I'm like, what are you
I know
doing?
plenty like that. You hear?
You got a Mercedes belt, but you don't have a Mercedes, but you don't drive. Like, come on. But yes, so he does like he likes to floss too. So he needs to stop talking about her like that. He needs to stop
Right.
talking about her like that. So
So I
mm.
believe next was Johnny and Bao, right? I
Oh
think.
Lord, where's my wine? Girl, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You want to start?
First of all, I want to say I noticed the similarity between Bao and Zach. I know y'all don't want to believe that rumor, but I believe it, okay? I believe it. Because they both walked in there adamant they were saying no. And that's weird because we had struggle love Bao, bowing out to every little thing, but all of a sudden on decision day, you gonna boss up and say no. So if they aren't dating, I think the both of them were dating other people at that point in time of decision day. Because I just feel like they had somebody. There was something going on for them to be so adamant on that no. I'm glad Bao said no. I'm glad. I'm happy. What the hell happened with Johnny? First of all, he just got amnesia, or I'm like, did he hit his head? Did he get in a car accident? What happened?
You
Because for
gotta
him to
confess
come
me.
in there, our arguments were never that bad. I I'm talking to you. Just this is the same way I talk when I'm upset. I'm like, what the hell? Like what? I was like, Bow, like what? So then for him to say, well, this is how I know he is psycho. People are trying to say he said yes for the money. No, Johnny has money. He's not trying to stay in the marriage for money. He is psycho. He gets off on abusing her, telling her he's not attracted to her, telling her she does this, and that he doesn't like. So I was just watching like this man is crazy crazy. There's no reason for him to want to stay married. He said, I wish I was married to anyone but you. So, how do you sit there and say, well, was being married to me that bad? Yes, Johnny, it was terrible. Like, Bao needs therapy now. It was that bad. So, I'm just like, yeah, it was. I'm glad Bao did not agree to the foolishness, but like she said, it's a little too late. Like you waited too late for him to get to decision day and humble himself and catch amnesia. It was just weird. I don't know.
I'm putting my cousin's chat up here because it's so funny.
That's your cousin? Does she have a
Yes,
YouTube channel?
Jamila TV. Please subscribe to Jamila TV.
Okay.
She
Hey,
does reviews
girl.
as well. We were talking the other night, and she's sick of this too. So she had to take a break from Ready to Love. I said, I do not blame you. We haven't taken a break from that yet, but we are so glad Married at First Sight is over. But let's get back into this. That is first thing. First of all, what got me, but when Johnny said, "What's the first?" He said, what's the harm in staying together? What's the harm in still being married? And was being married to me that bad? Yes, it was. That's what killed me. I was like, am I in a parallel universe? Like, what do you literally said anybody else but Val. Anybody else. I would wanted to be married to anybody else but her. Um, and anything that she'd say. One time she said, "I'm here if you ever want to talk." See, you're turning it around on me. You're making it all about me. Now it's my fault. That's not what she said. So this man, and I'm telling y'all, Misha, you're my friend. Everybody in the chat, if y'all have permission to drag me, if I ever say, um, uh, well, what's the harm in staying together? What's the harm in staying with this man? What's the harm? Really? What's the harm? That's why you want to stay with her? Because there's no harm? Really? Like it was just he started defending himself. We've never really gotten that loud. The only time, I've gotten a little bit louder on you, excuse me? Like maybe you haven't gotten louder to me, and maybe you weren't screaming at me, but you literally went into another room and cussed to high heaven and screamed, "You nutbag!" Like and honestly, he's just cuckoo. He needs a lot of help. He said he has daddy issues. A lot of people have daddy issues. You're not the only one. You need to just sit down and talk to somebody. He needs
Mhm.
more help than Bao can help him with. That's one thing. I'm gonna go to Miss Bao now. One, he wasn't even going to say yes until the last minute. He literally changed his mind at the last minute. He said he was going to say no up until then. But besides that, I so appreciate what Bao said. She said, in very pedestrian terms, she didn't use big words. She said, I have been so unhappy and I
Mhm.
cannot trust you. I cannot trust that this is going to get better. Ladies, we've talked about trust on my channel before. We've talked about like just being somebody having a man that you can trust. And to me, if she couldn't trust him in 2 months, what makes you think that you're going to trust him in 6 months or 2 years down the line? Honestly, I'm glad that she got out with her life because he was going to stick to that verbal abuse. And honestly, he wanted to stay married to her because he wanted to abuse her some more, just like Jamila was saying. Some men want to do that because they're like, oh, well, now that I've got her, then I can abuse her some more, and I can just keep her um, feeling less than. It really did mess with her self-esteem because with all that Val's false because she's not perfect. We all know that.
Mhm.
She's not perfect,
Right.
but
She didn't deserve that.
she does have confidence and self-esteem.
Mhm.
And she didn't deserve that. It was constant not inviting her to your family's the birthday party. It was just constant beat bashing. It was just, and honestly, who wants to stay in that? No, and
Right.
you know what? On CMK, what do we talk about? Is this struggle love? Why do we talk about, people want to, they think it's better if you struggle. Oh, it means more if you struggle through a situation. No,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Proving yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and I appreciate that she did this as well because she talked about her mother staying with this man for 55 years, right? And
Mhm.
um, she saw her mother go through some horrible, hard times. I was like, she's going to say yes because she thinks that that is the mark of a good woman. And I'm so
Mhm.
glad that she decided to
Right.
herself. So I'm glad that she's chosen herself. And I'll be honest with you, hey, if she is messing with some Zach, apparently, according to Michaela, he got that good D. So get your have some fun, Val. I'm not if the rumors are true and they are together. Okay, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It sounds like hey, I'm not mad at it. It's
All
good.
right. Well, let's get into Ryan and Brett. So the tea on the streets is that Brett was dipping and doing it with somebody else a month after, around their month anniversary. So when they did that movie theater date, it is being said that she went and got her a boyfriend. So people are calling Brett a hypocrite because she basically because she blew up Ryan's spot about the dating app, and they're like, why are you mad at Ryan when you have your own boo? So there's that's been going around, but I'm still not mad at Brett. I'm still not mad because she tried a whole month, and you can kind of see where she disconnected. And it is a, I don't know, because according to what is that? Unfiltered, Ryan said she was coming home at 2 and 3 in the morning all the time, and she was never really at the place, at the apartment, which he really was. He wasn't there either, so I don't know how he knew she was coming home at 3 in the morning. But anyway, I don't fault Brett. If that is true, I do not fault Brett because she did try that first month. She knew that man didn't like her. She knew he wasn't going to say nothing. He wasn't going to try, like she said during decision day. Um, he wasn't my type either, but I knew that I had to try to see if it would go anywhere. He didn't try. So I feel like, yes, I subscribe too to Jamila. I just did right now. But but yeah, so I don't fault Brett because she did try. I think she realized very soon he's not into me. So it is what it is. What was she supposed to do? Come on the camera, I got a boyfriend. Like, I don't understand what else she was really supposed to do about, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she kind of had to go about it that way. Um, the putting him on blast though, that is a little bit of being a hypocrite because she said she didn't want to share her childhood story because she found out he was on a dating app. So it's like she doesn't want to do it. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you should have already not wanted to do it if that's the case. But anyway, I'll let you go ahead.
So I heard the T two, and I was in Maria's live last night, and something one of the ladies said was, "What we really think happened is that this is a male friend, just friend, and they became more after decision day. We don't think that it's that they were sleeping together or they that was her boyfriend, but even if it was." Um, After decision day or after the what do you call it, what was it, the rodeo, what was that, right before decision day, where the ranch, after
Retreat.
they said it was right around the same time, like right before the ranch, she was started talking to this guy, and that's when she came in at 2 a.m. One, I don't believe Ryan for a second. There were so many times, not just the time that he said he was going to go back home for 2 days. Ryan hadn't been staying there. If he was staying there, he was sleeping on the couch, or he was moving mad this whole time. I don't believe Ryan for a second that she had a boyfriend. That I truly believe that Brett really wanted to try in this relationship. To me, she really wanted to try. Even if she had, I don't care. To me, Brett, you're better than me. This man got on a dating app before decision day. He should have at least waited a week. And for her to say, well, we can be friends, to me, he lost the friendship. because to me,
Right.
I would have been like at least friends with him. Say, you know what, I wasn't interested in him either, but at least we tried. At least I was gonna try and make it work. He didn't even try, but this is the type of person he is. You're gonna go on a dating app? No, you've lost my respect now. Now I don't even want to be friends with you. Still, she's like, we could at least be friends. Excuse me. To me, Ryan, you're just trying to blow smoke because you know you are a coward and you know you're moving mad. That's what I think. I think that this guy was probably a friend of hers. He probably works at the school. She's a volleyball coach. She's a teacher. She was, what if she was doing something working with him and they were colleagues? People do that all the time on social media that, oh, well, they're colleagues. And now, next thing you know, oh, well, we saw them out at dinner. They must be sleeping together. Not until I see it. Not until I see it am I going to believe that. But hey, even if it is
I'm
true,
just saying it
Ryan
would make
is a
sense.
coward and he's a dog. Go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It just makes sense. Because like people would say she wasn't really holding him accountable, things would happen, and she was just like, well, if he's not going to say anything, I'm not going to say anything. And
I think
so
that's
that type
something
of
hiding.
attitude and her not speaking up, it makes me think she already has somebody. Because when you, it's like, it's okay. I'm gonna tell myself because I have a job, but I went on an interview for another job. It's like you go into the interview differently when you already got a job. Like you just like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and see what they talk about and go home. But when you really need that job, you like, oh yes, it's different. So that's what like I like can equate it to is
Yeah.
like if you already got somebody, it makes sense why she was so laid back with it as far as not speaking up and not really there was if you pay attention to her effort from the beginning to the middle to the end, it was different.
But he
So
shut
I
down too, though. His effort was very
his
different. After
effort
that
was never
honeymoon,
there.
right. After that honeymoon, he shut completely down and his effort totally changed too. And to me, she's what did his best friend say or the people at the after the wedding? They said you're gonna have to motivate him, you're gonna have to constantly be pushing him. And she's like, I'm not used to constantly be pushing some guy. To me, she was gonna have to pull him along like a horse-drawn, like she was gonna have to pull like a wagon. No, oh, please date me, please be interested in me. Forget that. Yeah. So Jamila just said, even if she met him when she went out during the show, that doesn't mean that they actually started dating immediately. I agree with that. I don't think they started dating immediately. They probably were friends. She's somebody that looks like she got a lot of male friends. She's
She
sporty.
knew
She
she
has,
probably knew she liked him
and
though.
they turn and
She
what
probably had
so
him on her mind though.
to me,
So
that he was more her type. Just like Ryan wasn't her type, this guy was more her type. But this is who the show
right.
put her with, so she was gonna try. To me,
Mhm.
they probably were just friends and became more afterwards. That's what I think happened. And hey,
I
if
don't
we
knock it. I
girl, we
don't
still
knock
need
it
to
at
get some.
all.
She hadn't gotten any in 2 years, and she was really wanting to grow. So she was really
Right.
wanting to have a relationship. If this guy seemed that you're interested, and the sad thing is, a lot of men want you when you got with somebody else. A lot of men and the
Right.
women want a man when he's married or when he's with somebody else. She probably became very attractive to this guy after she was moving a little bit differently in this marriage, and it looked a little different. So yeah, I think that in the beginning, that's what happened. They were just friends, and then it became more after. I don't think that it was. Yeah, she probably liked him. She should have. She needs to find somebody that really likes her because she's a really good person. She actually cracked me up with. Are we getting into Michaela and Zach now?
Yeah, that's
Go ahead.
next.
Go ahead. I'll let you. Whew.
Child,
Need
so
a drink.
Michaela, Michaela and Zach, bro, I'm not talking about the whole season. I am clearly talking about decision day. I know Michaela has her issues. I know she's half crazy. I know that. I'm talking about decision day. Zach played all up in that woman's face. If you go back to that last episode and he's holding her hand, let's go get something to eat. She's grabbing her spinning night bag and running over his house. I get why she sat there and said, I want to work on this marriage. Because he didn't built and fluffed and pumped her all up to make her think that, okay, this can go somewhere. We can get back on the right track eventually. So I just felt like he gaslighted her, as Auntie's advice would say, like a mofo. But I was just like, really, Zach? I was sitting there like, you just played with this woman. You played her. You really, really played her. And I like at first I was like, Michaela, stop saying that. Stop saying you want to work on it. But I understand where she's coming from. But at the same time, ladies, we got to listen to what these men are saying. Zach said over and over and over, he's saying no on decision day. But if you want to continue, we can try and see. Yes, he just wanted to keep the door open so he can open and close and do whatever he want to do. Yes, but at the same time,
And
he
open and
told her,
close and open and close.
yes, but he verbally said it. So I just feel like I understand why Michaela was sitting there with her head pumped up, thinking this could actually go somewhere. But at the same time, Zach, yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Whew, girl, Zach, but this is what we knew. We knew he was Zachary Confusion. Like, come on, Zach. You want a divorce to date? And he's just a ball of confusion. And he's such an idealist that he truly believes what he's saying. I actually had to write it down because I was like, you drive me crazy, Zach. So yeah, Zachary Confusion. He wants to date. He wants to divorce to date. He in his head not divorcing says that he is still connected to what happened for the last 2 months. I'm like, Zach, stop. If you're gonna get divorced, get divorced. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't know if this is exactly what gaslighting means. Everybody's saying like, but he was doing something like he's confusing her, and she's not the type of person that you should be confusing. Everybody is this connection to a thin line between love and hate is very, very clear. Zach, you need to stop.
Mhm.
Like you keep stringing this girl along.
Bar
Now,
was playing with her too.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, so you he had to pull out the piece of paper. What's funny is I said this man's gonna get so tongue tied, and that's why he had to pull out the piece of paper because he was like, I just let me just give me a
He ain't
second.
have nothing on that damn paper.
Oh
I
no,
don't know where
it
he
was
got
like 2
that
paragraphs. I had to look. I was like, "What are you about to say?" Even what's her name? Uh, Dr. Pepper. She was like, "Are you talking? We're just talking about like how life's been. You know, this isn't about your decision." He said, I just need to say this," and so he really wanted to tell her what a great person she is, but I want to get divorced. But I want to get divorced.
Mhm.
And he says all of these touching things, but then he doesn't want to stay with her. And I said, Zach, do you see how much of a rejection this is? You are literally rejecting this girl. She is somebody that has self-esteem issues. She is somebody that needs somebody to build her up. But you literally just said, I like you so much, but I don't want to be married to you. You know, you're a great person, but I want to divorce you. And and then Michaela co-signing at their dinner afterwards. Michaela, it's like, that's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. What? What? Michaela?
This this is why I said I've been saying he's been poking the bear. And this, like, you can even see it in this episode. It's like you're poking the bear. Like, how many times I know
Right.
Michaela needs to work on her issues. How many times does she tell you she has abandonment issues for you to play with her and then take her to decision day and say you want a divorce? And then but no, I still want to uh I don't know, child, whatever he want to
But
do with her on
I
the
want to
side.
talk
But
about
it's
what.
like he's been poking the bear. Like he's still like it's like how if you really cared about her, how do you know about her abandonment issues just to take her to decision day and still kind of play with her? So I'm yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because, and I've been saying this whole time, we've been talking about this abandonment issue thing. Just because somebody knows you got abandonment issues doesn't mean they know how to deal with it. Just because
Right.
her man knows that she has abandonment issues or childhood trauma doesn't mean he knows how to navigate the relationship through that. So
But
he's
he's
still,
playing with her.
and wealth and health, you know we love you. But there was nothing confusing about what Zach said. He just wants to stick. He just wants trying to be slick and wants to hit KK. That's true. He still wants to be in that relationship. He still wants to hit that, but at the same time, how else is he going to do it unless he's gassing her up? He needs to let her know what a great person she is, so he can still have her around. So, and still keep her. That's why she was co-signing at the dinner afterwards. But I just don't know where we are. And Brett was the best because that's why I said I could be friends with Brett. Brett was like, listen, that we are all getting whiplash, and it doesn't matter that we're getting whiplash.
Right.
We don't get we don't get it, and we don't understand it. If you guys are happy about it, then that's fine with us. She basically said, if you like it, I love it. Brett was like, y'all, you know what, y'all nuts. You're just gonna just sit there and be unhappy. And honestly, to me, and I don't remember, somebody told me this years ago. You need to clean out your closet of all the old men, or stop dating the old man, so a new good man will come along. Michaela needs to stop listening to all this little tales that Zach keeps spinning, so she can heal herself and she can get some therapy and get some real anger management. Go ahead, Christina.
Mhm. Yeah, so let's get into what is their names? Rachel and Jose. It was very much, it was giving Eric and Virginia from last season, on their decision day. You can clearly see on Virginia's face, she wanted to say no, but she kind of got suckered in or pulled into the facade and the act of it all. That's kind of how I felt with Rachel and Jose. It was like she really wanted to say no, but she's still caught in that facade that she's been playing this whole season.
Yeah, this is um struggle love again. This is somebody that she truly believes that things will get better, and this man does not listen to you. You're going to be stuck going to San Antonio instead of Switzerland. Uh, this man does not care a word about what you're saying, and it's so sad. Well, and when they saw them in his matching tie with her lavender dress, I said, we know what the answer is going to be. We know what the answer is going to be. But what I remember, and I think it was Chow Cole, I said this last night, is that in the beginning, before the wedding, she said to her family, you guys know that a lot of times when stuff starts to bother me, I don't say anything and I just hold it all in and I take these mental notes, but I don't say anything and I just let things pile up and not bother me. This is exactly what happened. She did it again, even though she talked to her family about it. She did it again, and that's what happened. And then she reads him this whole diatribe about how my husband doesn't listen to me. I love my husband, but I like him, but he's a great guy. But
Right.
girl, Rachel, if y'all are walking down the street and you even glance at another man, this man's gonna backhand you. I see it coming. This is very much an abusive relationship. This is Virginia and Eric. And we thought that Eric was gonna pop off with the cameras on. There were plenty of
Right.
times we thought that something was gonna happen there. So I just think that this is the same thing's gonna happen, that after the cameras go away, then she's going to be moved into his house. Then he's going to feel like, now I don't have to listen to you at all, and now I got the
Mm.
master locks. Don't come in a minute late from work, Rachel. because you're gonna be done. This is just
Mhm.
this is gonna be on ID channel soon, and I'm nervous for her because I do like Rachel as a person, but I'm she's gonna fall into this meek role, and she's not a meek person. She really does have confidence, and she really wants to stand up for herself, but she just falls into this other side of her, and I know something's about to happen. Yep. Mm, that's it for them.
That's
Miss-
all I got. I'm just happy the season is over. I
No, you
thank
got
y'all for tuning in every week, but I am glad this season is over.
we got to do with this in less than an hour. I'm glad the season is over. Again, thank you for Lifetime for not making this decision day a two-parter. That I really thought that this was going to be a two-parter, so thank you to for that. I hope that Decision Day is not a two-parter. Yeah, watch out for
I
us
mean,
next.
the reunion is two parts.
So reunion. Oh, sorry, Decision Day. I said that again. So reunion is two-parts. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. But tomorrow night, CMK, you don't have to lie to kick it. Please tune into myself, Misha Allen, and Kia Simone. Miss Kia Simone, you know she gonna bring the fire. So tomorrow night, you don't have to lie to kick it, 10 p.m. Please check out on my channel. I produced a trailer for a film, and that is on my channel. So I'm welcome to the neighborhood. So please pray for me in the screenwriting streets because I got to get some two projects done, and yeah, more coming. The men's panel this Saturday. We're going to be talking about the financially fit man, this idea of Dusty that Misha Allen keeps talking about. So I got a lot of content coming. I'm gonna need an assistant. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead, Misha. You end it.
Well, yeah, thank y'all for tuning in faithfully with us every week for Married at First Sight. We have Ready to Love on Sundays. What Alicia just said in the comments that the Boston trailer is already out for Married at First Sight. So I gotta catch I gotta catch up. I'll at least watch the preview. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the season, but I'll watch the previews. But yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow night and Sunday for our live discussions and reviews. And yeah, thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all. And we'll also be on Miss Kamisha reviews tomorrow. I will um
Saturday.
Saturday. I was hoping to that tomorrow was Saturday, apparently. So yeah, Saturday around 12:45. You know how Kamisha does it. You know around that time. So but yeah, CMK tomorrow night and Ready to Love on Friday night. Thank y'all so much. And Men's
Sunday.
Channel on Saturday and Sunday. Men's Channel Saturday. There's a lot.
Child, we need you a calendar right in front of your face.
Look, look, we got to get it going. Thank y'all so much. Good night.